The ceremony continued as planned. Holograms filled the air, showing peaceful images, shared worlds, open trade routes, and united fleets. Alien voices spoke one after another, praising humanity's fast rise from a single blue planet. "Your kind learned quickly," said a tall silver-skinned diplomat. "You avoided many wars. That is rare." The human ambassador, Elias Moore, bowed his head slightly. "We learn from watching others," he said calmly. Many aliens found his voice strange, not nervous, not proud, just steady. Small human ships floated outside the station, lined up in perfect order. They carried no heavy weapons, at least none the scanners could find. "This is good," whispered a reptilian commander. "They are not a threat." Near the back of the control chamber, Sensor Officer Trelk stared at his screen. The object behind the dead moon was still there. He increased scan power. Nothing. He switched methods. Still nothing. It was as if space itself refused to answer. "Officer," his superior said sharply, "focus on the ceremony." "Yes, sir," Trelk replied, but his eyes stayed on the dark shape. In the hall, a council elder raised all four hands. "From this moment, humanity is under the protection of the Galactic Accord. No race may harm them." Applause echoed. Elias Moore thanked them again. "Peace is valuable," he said. "We respect it deeply." The words sounded polite, but something in his tone made several elders pause. A military advisor leaned toward the council leader. "They accept protection too easily." The leader waved him off. "They are new. They are grateful." Outside, one alien cruiser drifted slightly off position and scanned the dark area near the moon. Alarms flickered. Just once. Then stopped. "What was that?" the cruiser captain asked. "No reading," the AI replied. "Unknown interference." Inside the hall, Elias felt it. A change. Small but real. He touched the ring on his finger. An old human habit. The council leader smiled wide. "We ask one final thing," he said. "That humanity shares all military technology, for trust." The hall went quiet. Elias did not answer right away. He looked around. At the smiling faces. At the curious eyes. At those already thinking of advantage. Then he spoke. "We share what keeps peace," he said. "Not what ends it." Some aliens laughed softly. A warrior race ambassador leaned forward. "You have little that could end anything." Elias smiled again. The same careful smile. Behind the dead moon, the hidden object shifted. Panels moved without sound. Not opening fully. Just breathing. Trelk's screen exploded with impossible numbers. "Sir," he shouted, unable to stop himself. "That object, it's reacting." Security turned toward him. "What object?" the council leader asked. Elias closed his eyes for a brief moment. Then he opened them. "That," he said softly, pointing toward the stars, "is why we came in peace." The hall screens flickered. For half a second, the outline appeared. Massive. Ancient. Human. Gasps filled the chamber. Weapons did not power up. No alarms screamed. The object did nothing aggressive. It simply existed. And suddenly, the galaxy understood something important. Humanity had not arrived unprotected. They had arrived prepared. The lights steadied. The image faded. Silence ruled the hall. Elias spoke one last line for the day. "We hope you never need to see it again." And no one was smiling anymore. The hall stayed silent long after the image vanished. Alien leaders looked at each other. Some shifted their bodies. Some tightened their claws. Others checked their screens again and again, hoping what they saw was wrong. It was not. The human outline was real. Council Leader Vale broke the silence. His voice was calm, but slower than before. "That vessel," he said, "was not listed in your arrival fleet." Elias Moore nodded once. "It was never meant to be listed." A low murmur spread across the hall. Military advisors leaned forward. Sensor officers whispered fast reports. The word impossible appeared on many screens. Officer Trelk stood frozen at his station. His scans still made no sense. The object had mass beyond reason, Yet space around it remained stable. That ship bends gravity without collapse, he whispered. How is that possible? No one answered him. An armored delegate from the Quran Dominion slammed his tail against the floor. You hit a war machine during a peace ceremony, he growled. That is deception. Elias did not raise his voice. No, he said. That is caution. The council leader narrowed his eyes. Why bring such a thing at all? Elias took a slow breath. Because peace without strength is hope, and hope can die. That answer did not comfort anyone. Outside the station, alien fleets adjusted positions. Weapons did not lock, but power levels rose quietly. The Dreadnought did not move. It did not aim. It did not react. That scared them more. A data analyst spoke up. We cannot read its power source. It has no visible engines. No heat trail. Another added, it has been there since before we noticed the human fleet. Realization spread like cold air. It was watching us first, someone said. The council leader leaned forward. Ambassador Moore, he said slowly, does that vessel answer to you? Elias nodded. Yes. Can you control it? Yes. Is it armed? Elias paused. That pause felt heavy. It was built to end wars, he said. Not to start them. The Quran delegate laughed harshly. Every weapon says that. Elias met his gaze. Ours proved it. That sentence raised another question. One no one had asked yet. A scholar from the Memory Guild finally spoke. You say it was built. When? Elias looked at the stars beyond the glass. After we trusted the wrong silence, he said. Images appeared on the hall screens without request. Human colonies. Small. Bright. Peaceful. Then fire. Cities burning. Signals cut. Evacuation ships destroyed. No faces of enemies were shown. Just empty space afterward. We learned something, Elias continued. The galaxy is large, and listening ears are rare. The images ended. The hall felt colder. A council elder whispered, Why not warn us before bringing it? Elias answered honestly, Because warnings change behavior. Observation shows truth. That did not please them. A tactical commander spoke sharply. So this was a test? Elias shook his head. No. It was a precaution. Outside, a patrol ship drifted too close to the dead moon. Its scanners flared and died. The ship spun slightly, systems rebooting. No damage. No attack. Just a clear message. The Dreadnought had noticed. Officer Trelk felt his legs weaken. It can disable without harming, he said. At that distance, the council leader stood. This changes everything, he said. The balance. Elias interrupted gently. There was never balance, he said. Only delay. That was when the final question was asked. A small voice. Almost missed. If you can build this, the voice said. What else did you build? Every eye turned to Elias. He did not answer right away. Instead, he pressed his ring again. Nothing else like it, he said. We only needed one. That answer did not calm them. It frightened them more. Because one was enough. The Dreadnought remained silent. Still. Patient. Like it had all the time in the universe. And the galaxy realized something too late. They had welcomed humanity as guests, without asking what humans had done to survive long enough to arrive. The council chamber remained quiet after Elias spoke. No one rushed to fill the silence. The stars outside looked the same, but the feeling had changed. Trust once offered easily now felt heavy. Council leader Vale finally spoke. You said you learned, he said. From what? Elias stood still. His hands were folded in front of him. From loss, he answered. The lights dimmed slightly as permission screens appeared. Elias nodded, and the human archive opened. This record is not a warning, Elias said. It is history. The first image appeared. A human colony world. Blue skies. Simple cities. Children running near open water. No shields. No fleets. We called it Haven's Reach, Elias said. We believed distance was safety. The image shifted. Unknown ships entered orbit. No signals. No demands. Just fire. Buildings vanished in white light. Communication towers fell silent. Escape ships were destroyed before they cleared the atmosphere. Several alien delegates turned away. We never learned who did it, Elias continued. No message was sent. No claim was made. Another image appeared. A second colony. Then a third. Same pattern. Fast. Clean. Silent. A military advisor whispered, "Why did you not retaliate?" Elias looked at him. "We did," he said. At first. The image showed early human fleets. Small, brave, and unprepared. They did not return. "We were loud then," Elias said. "We demanded answers. We threatened. We rushed. The screens went dark. That was our mistake." The hall stayed silent. Elias continued, his voice calm but firm. "We learned that power spoken to early invites attack. So we changed." A new image appeared. Human worlds withdrawing from known routes. Signals fading. Colonies going quiet. "We became boring," Elias said. "We let the galaxy forget us." Some delegates exchanged uneasy looks. "We built," he went on. "Not fleets. Not empires. Just one answer." The outline of the Dreadnought appeared again, this time incomplete. Scaffolding. Frames. Humans working in silence. Officer Trelk leaned closer to his screen. "This construction used no shared space lanes," he said. "No external suppliers." Elias nodded. Every part was human-made. Every system isolated. "Why only one?" a council elder asked. "Because we did not want war," Elias replied. "We wanted certainty." The image changed again. A human outpost under attack, then the Dreadnought arriving. No battle. No chase. The attacking ships went dark. Power gone. Weapons offline. Crews alive. Drifting. The outpost survived. After that, Elias said, no one came back. The council leader folded his hands. "So you hid it," he said. "Yes," Elias answered. "Until we were sure." "Sure of what?" Vale asked. Elias met his gaze. Of who would smile while holding a knife? The words landed hard. An elder from a peaceful race spoke quietly. "We are not your enemies." Elias bowed his head. "We hope not." Outside, the Dreadnought remained still. No signals. No threats. It did not need to move. A strategist whispered, "This is not a war ship. This is a rule." Elias heard him. "Yes," he said. "One rule." The council leader stood. "And what is that rule?" Elias answered without pause. "Do not touch what wishes to live in peace." The room felt smaller. A young delegate asked the question many feared. If another race builds something like this, what then? Elias looked tired for the first time. "Then we talk," he said. "Before anyone fires." The human archive closed. Silence returned. Council leader Vale exhaled slowly. "You carry fear with discipline," he said. "That is uncommon." Elias nodded once. "Fear kept us alive." Outside, the Dreadnought adjusted its position by a fraction. Not toward the station. Toward open space. A silent promise. Humanity was not here to rule. But they would not vanish again. And the galaxy was beginning to understand. The most dangerous species was not the loudest. It was the one that learned. And waited. Nothing exploded. No alarms screamed. That was the most frightening part. The Dreadnought did not rush toward the station. It did not power weapons or lock targets. It simply began to change. Slowly. Panels along its dark surface shifted, not opening fully, but sliding like heavy armor adjusting after long sleep. The movement was smooth, careful, almost respectful of the space around it. Stars vanished behind its shape. Not because of shadow. Because light bent. Sensor Officer Trelk stared at his screen, unable to blink. "It's increasing mass without collapse," he said. "That should not be possible." No one answered him. Outside the station, several alien fleets instinctively pulled back. Thrusters flared. Formations broke and reformed. The Dreadnought did not follow. It did not even turn. Inside the council chamber, silence returned again, heavier than before. Council leader Vale spoke carefully. "Ambassador Moore," he said, "did you command this movement?" Elias shook his head. "No," he replied. "It woke on its own." That answer sent a ripple of fear through the room. "You said it answers to you," a military delegate said sharply. "It does," Elias replied. "But it also listens." "To what?" another asked. Elias looked at the stars beyond the glass. "To intent." Outside, a small scout ship drifted too close to the Dreadnought's outer range. Its pilot did not mean harm. Curiosity pulled him forward. The Dreadnought reacted. Not with fire. Space around the scout folded gently. The ship froze in place, held by invisible force. Its engines cut off. Power systems shut down, one by one. The pilot was unharmed. The ship remained intact. Then, slowly, it was released. The scout drifted back, silent and powerless. A technician whispered, "It measured him." Officer Trelk nodded, and decided he was not a threat. The word spread fear deeper than any weapon could. Council leader Vale turned to Elias. "You brought something that judges us," he said. Elias answered quietly, "So do your fleets." That truth had no answer. The Dreadnought shifted again. This time, its surface opened just enough to reveal inner layers. Structures older than modern human design. Scars from past battles. Repairs done in silence. "This ship has been used," someone whispered. "Yes," Elias said. "Once." A tactical screen lit up. A distant star system appeared. Empty. Uninhabited. Without warning, a thin line of light extended from the Dreadnought, not toward the station, not toward any fleet. It touched the distant star. There was no explosion. The star dimmed. For 3 seconds. Fusion slowed. Then it returned to normal. The message was clear. "Its range is impossible," a commander said. And that was controlled. Elias spoke again, his voice steady. "That was a warning demonstration. Nothing more." Council leader Vale felt his breath shorten. "You altered a star," he said. Elias nodded. "Briefly. And safely." "Safely?" a delegate snapped. "No worlds were harmed," Elias replied. "No life was lost." The Dreadnought closed its panels. The light bent back into place. Space returned to normal. It went still, as if nothing had happened. The chamber was silent again. Finally, Vale asked the question many feared. "If this is defense, what does your offense look like?" Elias did not answer immediately. He took a moment, then said, "We never built one." That answer confused them. "We chose a line," Elias continued. "Crossing it would make us the very thing we feared." A peaceful elder bowed her head. "Then why show us this at all?" Elias met her eyes. "Because peace without truth does not last." Outside, the Dreadnought moved, away from the station, deeper into open space. It reduced its presence. Its mass reading lowered. It was not threatening. It was waiting. Council leader Vale exhaled slowly. "The galaxy has never faced a power like this," he said. Elias replied, "Neither had we, until we were forced to build it." The meeting ended without ceremony. No music played. No one celebrated. As the delegates left, one thought stayed with all of them. The humans did not raise their voice. They did not demand fear. They simply showed what patience, loss, and restraint could create. And the Dreadnought remained awake, watching. The council reconvened in silence. No banners. No music. No welcome lights. Only stars beyond the glass, and the knowledge that something greater than fleets now watched them. Elias Moore stood where he had before. His posture had not changed. The galaxy around him had. Council leader Vale spoke first. "This gathering continues under new understanding," he said. No one disagreed. A military commander from the outer systems rose. The presence of that vessel changes all treaties, he said. We must respond. Respond how? Another delegate asked. With equal force. The words echoed uncomfortably. Elias did not interrupt. He waited. Vale turned to him. Ambassador Moore, he said, humanity has shown strength. Now tell us your intent. Elias nodded slowly. Our intent has not changed, he said. We came in peace. A sharp laugh cut through the hall. With a star tamer behind you? Elias looked at the speaker. No, he said. With memory. He raised his hand, and the room quieted. We are not here to rule, Elias continued. We are not here to punish past crimes. And we are not here to share weapons. Several delegates shifted at that. We are here to offer one agreement, he said. Simple. Clear. The hall leaned in. Respect our worlds, Elias said. And we will respect yours. That is all. Vale asked. Yes, Elias answered. That is all. A strategist whispered to his neighbor. That is not an agreement. That is a line. A line. Once crossed, never ignored. An elder from a trade union spoke gently. And if someone breaks it? Elias answered calmly. Then we respond. How? The elder pressed. Once, Elias said. So it never happens again. The meaning settled slowly. Outside, the Dreadnought remained distant. Not close enough to threaten. Not far enough to forget. A delegate from the Quran Dominion stood again. You expect the galaxy to trust this restraint, he said. Yet you brought fear to our doorstep. Elias met his eyes. Fear arrived long before us, he said. We just learned how to survive it. That angered some. But others nodded. Council leader Vale raised his hands. If we accept this agreement, he asked, will that vessel remain? Elias paused. It will watch, he said, as it always has. Forever. Vale asked. As long as it must, Elias replied. The council broke into private discussion. Screens dimmed. Voices lowered. During the pause, Officer Trelk received a silent alert. One of the outer fleets had begun quiet weapon charging. Not openly. Carefully. He looked toward the Dreadnought. It did nothing. Yet. The council returned. Vale spoke again. Many here fear that accepting your offer makes us weak. Elias nodded. We feared the same thing once. And what did you learn? Vale asked. That strength is not what you show, Elias replied. It is what you choose not to use. The word struck deep. A peaceful coalition voted first. Accept. Several others followed. Then hesitation. One vote remained. The Quran Dominion stayed silent. Their delegate did not meet Elias's eyes. Vale turned to him. Your vote. The Quran delegate stood slowly. We abstain, he said. That single word changed the room. Abstain was not refusal, but it was not trust. Elias acknowledged it with a nod. The offer stands, he said. It will not be repeated. Outside, a Quran battle group shifted formation. Officer Trelk swallowed. They're powering weapons, he whispered. The Dreadnought did not move. Vale looked sharply at Elias. Is this the moment? Elias closed his eyes for 1 second. No, he said. This is the warning. He touched his ring. Nothing visible happened. Then, far from the station, a small region of space went dark. No explosion. No fire. Just silence. The Quran weapons went offline instantly. Their ships drifted, alive but helpless. The Dreadnought did not advance. It simply released them after 1 minute. Systems returned. Message delivered. Elias opened his eyes. That, he said softly, was the choice. The council chamber stayed silent, because now they understood. Humanity would not beg. They would not threaten. They would only answer. Once. The galaxy did not sleep after the demonstration. Messages moved across star systems faster than light. Fleets paused mid-route. Patrols returned home. Old borders were checked again. No one fired a shot. Everyone waited. Inside the council station, emergency meetings continued without pause. No one argued loudly anymore. Loud voices felt unsafe. Council leader Vale stood at the center of the chamber. The Quran incident, he said, ended without loss of life. That is not comfort, replied a delegate. That is control. Elias Moore listened without interruption. Outside, the Dreadnought held position far from the station. Its presence was smaller now, but more certain, like a shadow that did not move with the light. Officer Trelk studied fresh data. It altered local physics again, he said quietly. Very slightly. Enough to remind us it's there. A commander asked the question everyone feared. Is it preparing to fire? Elias answered calmly. No. How can you be sure? The commander pressed. Because it already spoke, Elias said. That answer spread unease. Vale turned to him. Then what was that display? He asked. Elias met his gaze. A boundary, he said. We showed what happens near it. Without crossing it, Vale said. Yes, Elias replied. The council elder from the Memory Guild leaned forward. Most powers issue warnings before punishment, she said. You did the opposite. Elias nodded. Because warnings are ignored, he said. Consequences are remembered. Silence followed. Outside the station, a civilian trade convoy hesitated near a disputed route. Two rival patrol fleets watched each other, weapons warm. Tension built. The Dreadnought shifted. Not toward the fleets. Toward empty space between them. Its presence spread like a pressure change. Not harmful. Just impossible to ignore. The patrol fleets powered down weapons at the same moment. Neither side claimed credit. Peace returned. Word spread fast. The Dreadnought was not guarding humans alone. It was guarding the line. Inside the council chamber, Vale spoke slowly. Your vessel intervened without command. Elias nodded. It was designed to. That is dangerous, a strategist said. So is delay, Elias replied. Vale folded his hands. What happens if it misjudges? He asked. It won't, Elias said. It only acts where intent is clear. How can a machine know intent? Someone demanded. Elias answered quietly. It was trained on us. That ended the question. A new message arrived. Urgent. Private. Officer Trelk read it, then looked up, shaken. A distant border fleet attempted a test strike, he said. A single unmanned probe. No one breathed. What happened? Vale asked. The probe vanished, Trelk said. No debris. No signal. Fear rippled through the chamber. Elias spoke before panic could rise. The probe crossed the line, he said. It was removed. Removed where? A delegate asked. Elias shook his head. That is not important, he said. Only that it will not return. The Dreadnought did not react further. No display. No movement. Its silence was complete. Vale realized then what made it terrifying. It did not need approval. It did not seek attention. It did not care who ruled. Cared only about stability. The galaxy has never faced a guardian without ambition, Vale said. Elias nodded. Neither had we. A younger delegate asked softly, and if someone tries again? Elias answered without emotion. They won't. How can you be sure? The delegate pressed. Because the first lesson is free, Elias said. The second is permanent. No one asked about a third. Outside, the Dreadnought adjusted its position again. Slightly farther from the station. Less visible. Less present. Yet more powerful than ever. Vale exhaled slowly. You have changed the nature of fear, he said. It is no longer loud. Elias allowed a small nod. Fear does not need noise, he said. Only memory. The council chamber lights dimmed. Votes were cast quietly. Treaties rewritten. Borders respected. For the first time in recorded history, fleets stood down not because they lost, but because they understood. And in the dark between stars, the human Dreadnought watched. Silent, patient, unarguable. The galaxy grew quieter. Not empty. Not dead. Just careful. Trade lanes reopened slowly. Patrol routes were shortened. Fleets returned to home space. Old rivals avoided each other without needing orders. Fear had not vanished. It had learned discipline. Inside the Galactic Council station, the final session began. No grand speeches were planned. Only decisions. Council leader Vale looked older now. Not weak. Experienced. Humanity's proposal stands, he said. Mutual respect. No forced rule. No hidden threats. He paused. Only consequences. No one argued. Elias Moore stood where he always had. Still. Human. A peaceful elder spoke first. We misjudged you, she said. We thought strength was noise. Elias inclined his head. So did we, he replied. A military delegate rose. Your Dreadnought, he said carefully. Will it remain forever? Elias looked toward the stars beyond the glass. No, he said. Nothing should. That answer surprised them. When? Vale asked. When the galaxy no longer needs to be reminded, Elias said. Outside, the Dreadnought drifted farther from the station. Its mass readings lowered. Its presence dimmed. It was leaving the center. Choosing distance. Officer Trelk watched the data and felt something unexpected. Relief. It's withdrawing, he said. Yes, Elias replied. Because it can. That mattered. The council finalized the accord. Borders were redrawn. Neutral zones expanded. The word protection was removed, replaced with respect. A delegate asked one last question. If another threat rises, will humanity answer again? Elias met their gaze. We always have, he said. Quietly. The session ended without applause. As delegates departed, many paused to look out at the stars one last time. The Dreadnought was barely visible now, a shadow fading into dark. But its lesson remained. Weeks passed. Then months. No wars began. Minor conflicts ended before fleets launched. Messages replaced missiles. Silence replaced fear. Human worlds flourished, not as rulers, but as neighbors. The galaxy adapted. And far beyond known space, the Dreadnought entered a long orbit around nothing at all. It slept. But it did not disappear. Elias Moore stood alone on a human observation deck, watching distant stars. His mission was complete. A young officer approached. Sir, she asked, do you think they truly understand now? Elias thought for a moment. Yes, he said, because peace finally cost something. What? She asked. Restraint, Elias replied. The officer nodded and left him alone. Elias removed the ring from his finger and placed it on the console. The signal ended. The Dreadnought powered down its last active systems. The galaxy moved forward, not ruled by fear, not held by force, but guided by a memory it would never forget. That humanity did not arrive to conquer the stars. They arrived to make sure no one ever burned in silence again. And in that quiet understanding, peace at last was real.